as she and I were somewhere wandering around, I said it's time. If you want to, if not, lots of people have offered to read your words. She goes, no, I want to do it, but not yet. And I said, no, now's the time. And she said, you're a tough negotiator. I said, I learned from the best, your mother. And she said, as did I. So we have gone back and forth a few times, and we came to a win-win situation. Woo! Yay. So we're hoping that this is going to be loud enough. If not, just use that teacher voice. I know you don't, but you can.
Fake it.
Just loud enough.
You've heard it enough.
Louder.
Louder?
Much louder.
There you go.
Louder?
There
That-
you
There you
go.
go.
Getting there. But you gotta kind of.
Can you hear back in that corner? No.
Is that loud enough?
That's perfect.
Okay.
We know you can do that loud.
Stuff in your
I don't think anyone's ever called me quiet, ever.
But you
Ever.
have to be louder. Even louder.
Close to your lips.
Okay,
Close to your lips.
okay.
Stop bossing her around. You're good.
Okay,
That's good.
we're okay?
Yes.
Okay, we're just gonna try to do this. Okay, so my mom died on September 26th of this year, like 6 weeks ago.
6 weeks ago? Okay.
Yeah. And even standing here now after seeing the obituary in the paper and planning all of this, I still can't even believe that this is what I'm doing right now. She got really sick, really sick. It was it was pretty bad. Okay. We're just gonna try to go through my notes. Okay, first, I just want to give a big thank you, shout out to our amazing caregivers who are back over there, Kayla and Kelly, who are amazing, because it was really awful. So having their support, and Lindsay, the nurse who was here earlier, was really helpful. So I guess a lot of you know me, and I'm not normally one that struggles for something to say, but I have been pretty much at a loss for words. But then I realized I already have the perfect words, and they're basically things that were sent to me about my mom. So I wanted to share some of those. Your mom was one of a kind and had the biggest heart. Your mom was a great teacher and friend who is respected and loved by many colleagues, students, and friends. Honest, dependable, full of wisdom. I look forward to honoring her life with love and service. She was definitely a one-of-a-kind woman. Gerry was such a bright spot in my life. As we were growing up, she was such a bright spot. Gerry was such a bright spot in my life as we were growing up, and I know she was that for so many. She will be deeply missed. We, with all the pugs, loved her mom so much and feel so blessed to have had her in our life for so long. Gerry was a loving, hardworking, talented friend. I'll carry our wonderful memories of our times together at our college reunions and fun in Vegas. Now, one of my mom's best friends lives in Tennessee, and she wasn't able to be here today. So she sent something for me to read for her. Gerry and I met in 1968 at an orientation meeting as new hires for Peachland Avenue Elementary. After only a short conversation, I think we both realized that we had our new best friends. The difference in my growing up in Tennessee and Gerry in Southern California was overcome by so many similarities in our lives. We were both raised in very close families, including grandparents. I loved hearing about her very elderly grandmother climbing onto the roof of the house to pick fruit from overhanging trees, which actually sounds like something my mom would probably do. We both grew up in families involved in the dairy business. Now living in Tennessee, my shopping had really only consisted of small local department stores, so Gerry had to introduce me to hours spent in Bullock's and stops by the See's candy store. Teaching at Peachland was a wonderful experience because the admission faculty were a very close group, held together by our fantastic school secretary, Jeannie Fry. Her welcoming home was always open to us after our school get-togethers. Gerry Sauer, Mr., was also part of Peachland faculty, and we eventually ended up having Mr. and Mrs. Gerry Sauer. I left California in 1977, but that didn't end our friendship. I have made numerous trips west, and she has made many trips south over the years. The latest trip south was in May 2023. And I'll be forever grateful to Stephanie for helping her get here. Steph spent a lot of time by herself playing tourist, while Gerry and I spent our time out on the porch all week, talking about and reliving old memories. I miss you, my old friend. Love you, Joe. Now, both of my parents were teachers, and I am far from being a teacher myself. But I wanted to share a few things that my mom taught me. One of the most usable things is the phrase, "It isn't illegal if you don't get caught." And that piece of advice has gotten me through a lot of sketchy U-turns and some other things. Now the next lesson should really be credited to both of my parents. They've always instilled with me a love for music. I love music. I did my thesis in school on music therapy. Now there's one lesson that she worked on teaching me for a very long time, which I still haven't quite grasped yet. But the mantra is, I am bigger than the spider. After my dad died, she had to become the spider and bug getter. I don't do that. Actually, when I first started driving, I had this little SUV with a sunroof, and we were at the Bank of America on Lyons in the drive up, and this thing flew in the car, like that big, not even exaggerating, that big. So we both get out of the car and we're running around like crazy people. So we get back in the car, think it's gone. I'm out to turn on the Lyons, and I saw the thing crawl over her foot. I could puke now just thinking about this, and this was when I was 16. So I'm sitting there in the road, and I said, Mom, the thing is on your foot. So I made my turn, we pulled over, we got out of the car, and she beat that bug to shit. And I still have not mastered the bug and spider lesson, but I'm working on it. Okay, and for myself, I just have to say, as an only child without like much family, and living in a place where I know 5 people, the support I've gotten from like everybody in here has been now I'm good. Has been so amazing. Like seriously. I mean, some of you guys have like literally physically hold me up. And for myself, I just want to say thank you, and thank you for my mom. She would be so grateful for how amazing all of you guys have been. And okay, I really can't talk anymore. But thank you everybody so much for coming. Okay, I was told to tell everybody to take food home. So, take food home.